Hello boys and girls, do you want to hack your Nintendo Switch? Well, think again. You may not want to hack your Nintendo Switch after all. So as you guys know, when a new console comes out on the market, most of the time, no matter what, new hardware is going to be hacked. And that's just the case. There's always loopholes in almost everything that comes out. And there's really no way to stop hackers from hacking a certain thing. And the Nintendo Switch is no different than any other console on the market. Nintendo really has a hacking problem, and people are hacking the Nintendo Switch. But now Nintendo is kind of catching up with the community and catching up with the hackers who are hacking their Nintendo Switch. Right now, if you try to hack your Nintendo Switch, there is actually a good chance that you will actually be banned from Nintendo's servers online. So if you try to play an online game from Nintendo with a hacked Nintendo Switch, you won't be able to apparently access your game online. You won't even be able to access the eShop. So pretty much everything on your Nintendo Switch is pretty much going to be a single player experience only. I think it's really cool though how hackers are actually hacking different systems and seeing what they can do with these systems. I know with the Nintendo Switch, if you go ahead and hack your Nintendo Switch, you can do stuff like emulation. You can even back up your game saves right now, and the possibilities are endless. And a lot of people don't really mean no harm when they're hacking their system. They just want to see what can run on the Nintendo Switch. They're bored with their system. They just want to see what's available and what the possibilities are when they have their Nintendo Switch. But Nintendo is not having it. And honestly, I'm actually quite glad Nintendo is banning people from actually playing online when it comes to a hacked system. Because usually what happens with a lot of these hacked systems, not just Nintendo systems, any system that has hacking capabilities that is a game console, most of the time people find out how to put these cheat systems in place, and a lot of people end up cheating online, and it really ruins the experience. So I'm glad people are getting banned, because although a lot of people don't mean no harm, they like pirating games and things like that and seeing emulation running on different systems and seeing what can run them, which are fine and dandy, and honestly they're not really too good practices, but it's not really hurting anybody at all. Maybe it's hurting Nintendo's wallet, of course, by them not supporting Nintendo and them getting illegal stuff, but the real problem is them ruining the online experience for everybody else. You don't want to go into a game like Mario Kart or Doom on the Switch or Splatoon and have your online experience ruined because somebody out there decided to put these cheat tools in place on their hacked Nintendo Switch and is hacking the bejesus out of these games that should not be even hacked up. I remember back in the day, I actually played Mario Kart DS on the DS, and that game after a while was pretty much unplayable because of hackers. I remember when I played Mario Kart DS online, when you were actually playing that online, a lot of people would use a cheat code that allowed you to play 200cc when you're not supposed to be going 200cc, so they would cheat and there was no way you'd be able to catch them. And then after a while, there were so many hackers, that game was just pretty much unplayable. You never wanted to go back to the game. Same thing goes with Mario Kart Wii. Mario Kart Wii, I remember there were some people online that started cheating, using infinite items and things like that, and it really frustrated me and really made me mad. And there's other games on the market. One of the most heavily hacked games, franchises like of all time, is Call of Duty. I know a lot of the Call of Duty games are actually unplayable online right now, just because a lot of hackers found out a way to get the cheat codes onto a lot of the older Call of Duty games, and that really ruins the experience when it comes to Call of Duty. So I don't blame Nintendo for hacking, for banning hackers on the Nintendo Switch. They're just trying to make sure that they can have a clean environment when it comes to the online aspect of the Nintendo Switch and games. That's their primary focus. I'm sure they really don't care about hackers tinkering with the Nintendo Switch and things like that. They're more concerned about protecting their online environment. And of course, as you guys know, with the whole online Nintendo paid service coming out, I think in September, which it is confirmed it is coming out in September, if hackers were to get a hold of these cheats and start using them online, then there'd almost be like a less incentive for people to pay the $20 fee to play online on these games like Mario Kart, Super Smash Brothers, ARMS, and things like that, because they would know hackers have a potential to ruin these games for people. And then once these hackers ruin the games for everybody else, do these people really want to pay $20 to play online when the game's already being messed up by hackers and there's almost no way you can win these games? It's not even worth your $20 a year to play these games online, just because hackers are ruining the experience for people. So I get that, and I get why Nintendo's doing this. One thing to take note I found out online is, which even takes this thing a little bit crazier, if you use a profile that's already been hacked on a Nintendo Switch and you try to transfer it over to a new Nintendo Switch, apparently Nintendo's banning you on that Nintendo Switch, so you can't use the same hacked Nintendo Switch profile on another new Nintendo Switch. Apparently Nintendo's not having that. So don't hack a Nintendo Switch thinking that, oh, that's the only Nintendo Switch that's going to be banned with this profile. If I buy a new Nintendo Switch, brand new out of the box, and try to put my profile on that, I'll still be able to play online. Apparently Nintendo's not having that at all. Anytime they see the profile that's been hacked or has been banned on one Nintendo Switch, you can't transfer it over to another Nintendo Switch, if that makes sense. So it's good on Nintendo's, and kudos to Nintendo's for trying to make sure people cannot play online with hacked Nintendo Switch. I don't want the experience ruined for everybody else, and I don't think everyone else wants the experience ruined as well. I think I'm in the majority of people that don't want hackers online to get a hold of these cheats and hacks to hack these games online to where these games become unfair and things like that. And technically, Nintendo has every single right to ban people online, just because if you read the terms and services when you sign up and read the end license agreement or whatever that agreement is when you first click it, there's a lot of rules in there, and so they can pretty much do whatever they want. Sure, you can kind of say, well, didn't I buy the hardware from Nintendo? Isn't it my hardware? Can't I do whatever I want with my Nintendo Switch? Yeah, you can't really do whatever you want with systems. That pretty much goes for everything, not just hacking game systems and things like that. It really boils down to a lot of different things too, because make sure you have to read these in-license agreements from these different companies, and they have every right since this is their own product. But like I said again, kudos to Nintendo for banning people, even though it would personally suck if I hacked a Nintendo Switch and got banned. I know how I would feel, but then again, you have to realize more than likely people will get these cheat code systems in place and ruin the online experience for everyone. Anyway, guys, this is Wayne from My Tech News, signing out.